hearing your reasonable, grounded thoughts it feels nearly impossible right now, because there's this like negative side to me that does not feel like it's even me. Ew, I'm so sorry. I literally hate crying in front of people. But so here's what's happening. I am having a really bad PMDD episode. Lots of you already know this is like a chronic illness that I have. And when it's here, it is here. I had other content planned that I needed to like make. I can't do it. I just can't like force myself to work when I'm like this. I have no idea why I'm crying, by the way. Good morning. I woke up and I don't know. So I decided that instead of making the usual video that was planned, I'm just gonna do a very raw, realistic day in my life with PMDD. I am super uncomfortable. I also feel like I don't really give myself a lot of space to be truthful about how bad it is. I just feel like there's more people that need this, and it's not really about my ego at this point. This is my real life, so I'm just gonna show you. A lot of people ask me to like, what is it like? It's really hard for me to explain it. It's really hard for me to give you a play-by-play if I'm not in the moment, and it's always so different. So I hope I don't regret this. But we're gonna do it. So we are officially 30 days out from the wedding. Unfortunately, there's really no room for being bedridden today, which makes this a little bit harder. That's okay. I've been through this. I can get through this. Even though there's a very loud voice telling me that I can't, I can. I refer to this voice as her. Like, she is here. I disagree with most of the things this voice in my head tells me every time I'm about to get my period. I don't really want to myself, but this voice kind of makes me believe that I should. And that's scary. And you shouldn't want to unalive yourself when you're on your period. And that is one of the telltale signs that you should probably be evaluated. It's so frustrating because it's like, this isn't me. So I actually worked out today already. I got a veggie burrito with egg whites, very protein heavy. Whenever I'm going through an episode, nutrition is just so key. I often gravitate towards like lighter meals. This probably isn't that light, but I couldn't even really finish all of it. But it is important to eat, even if your body's telling you don't, and even if your body's telling you to like eat a giant red velvet cake. I'm like in my wedding cut, but I treated myself this morning to a chai because I couldn't stop crying. And sometimes your serotonin comes in a cup. I also picked up my prescription. So a lot of you wanted me to update you on what I'm currently taking, and this is it. So I only get 4 periods a year now, as opposed to what I was doing, where I was just toughing it out. However, with PMDD, you have like 2 weeks of misery every single month. So like 6 months out of the year to be feeling absolutely beside yourself is a lot. It's overwhelming. And because I was spending half my months like bedridden, I would get really depressed. I would get really anxious because I was falling behind on work. I would say that since I started taking birth control, and I only get 4 periods now, it has literally saved my life. I wasn't on birth control for a while, for almost 5 years, and this is my first year being back on it. So it's different, but it makes my life so much more manageable. Next time any of you try to argue about birth control, please be kind and gentle, because not everyone wants to be on birth control. I don't, but it's what works for now. So today I need to pull my shit together. If I just sporadically start crying, this is what happens. I just don't normally like do it in front of anyone, so this is kind of strange. There's probably nothing you could say to make me feel better, but the top 2 things that do make me feel so much better are just literally being hugged and held and seeing that other people experience this. So I'm also going to leave a link down below for a PMDD group that I joined. I don't know what I would do if I had not found that group, because I felt so isolated and so crazy. But now I feel like a lot of comfort in that group. Even if you think you're a candidate for this, I would join a group like this and start hearing from other people who have it. You just have to fill out like a few questions, and then they let you in the group. I do have another video on PMDD that I filmed earlier in the year. It's of course not like this style. It was more like just a talking video, educational. I wasn't really showing myself going through it. So I'll make sure that that's linked in the description for you as well. So PMDD stands for premenstrual dysfunction disorder. It is caused by like an abnormal fluctuation in hormones. So the easiest way I can explain it to people is like during your PMS, like your hormones may be fluctuating like this, but someone with PMDD is more like extreme. And because of that, the symptoms and side effects are kind of awful. A lot of anxiety can come with that, a lot of hopelessness, depression, kind of feeling like there is no light at the end of your tunnel. So it's really important to be really grounded as much as you can be. One thing I've always forced myself to do during my episodes is to work out. There's more benefits than just like looking good with that. For me, it's literally like crucial to my mental well-being to go work out. That's why I've made it such a habit, such a daily thing to get some kind of movement, even if it's a long walk. I always hear people talking about PCOS, endometriosis, like other things, but I really don't hear people talk about PMDD. It's not really easy to talk about because it's so real and hard for me. You know, the internet can be mean. I don't have space for people to invalidate this part of my life. You can't tell me I'm being too dramatic. No one wants to fucking go through this. Physically, what do I feel right now? There's a lot of pain in my like uterus area. I don't know, it just feels like someone kicked me a couple of times. So a little bit of stats here for you. 1 in 20 women has PMDD. Diagnosed or undiagnosed, I'm not sure the specifics. And the really upsetting stat behind that, those 1 out of 20 people, out of them, 30% attempt suicide. I didn't know that, but I believe it. It just feels like the healthcare system doesn't really know a lot about it or care to. But then you see like this obnoxious number of 30% of people with PMDD are killing themselves. And you wonder why. Because there's like no help. There's no good answer. It sucks. I've had many moments where I'm like, man, this is gonna be my life for the rest of my life. And so I know that feeling of having that like realization and being like, would I want to do this for the rest of my life? But my goal is to utilize birth control for now, because I am planning a whole wedding and I also am running an entire business by myself. So I got a lot on my plate. So right now I just need something to help me get through this very busy year. And then when things calm down, I would like to taper off of birth control and work more with my naturopathic doctors. I'm gonna also update you on that too. I started to go to a naturopathic doctor which, by the way, cost a fuck buttload of money. What even is a fuck butt? I don't know. So if you don't know what a naturopathic doctor is, basically they're just fancy doctors that like to work naturally. And I prefer this way because I'm not looking for a band-aid over my problems. I really want to heal from the inside out and figure out what's going to help. So it's a lot of supplements. So I will show you some supplements that I started taking that helped me in my mood quite a bit. My favorite of the bunch, I'll just start with that, is 5-HTP. This one is great for mood, okay? This is 100 milligrams. I would take 1 to 2 depending on where I was that day. And I noticed a really big improvement in my mood after a while. So it's a supplement. It's not like anything crazy. It's from a plant in Africa, and I do enjoy it. I have seen from my personal research that calcium is a deficiency with a lot of people that have PMDD. So making sure that I'm getting enough calcium is also something that I think is important. I also take D3 liquid, which I started taking just because people were saying it was really great in the pandemic to help your immunity. So it kind of is like a little rock star supplement there. Also, maca root. I like this brand, by the way. They have liquid forms of everything because I do have trouble with pills even though I force them down. Maca root is supposed to be really good for like just female hormones in general. I think it pairs very well with ashwagandha. So these are kind of like my go-tos. And then when I'm actually on my period, I do take this vegan liquid iron. Just gotta be really careful with this stuff. It is strong, but I do have a little bit of a deficiency with iron. That was just personally recommended to me from my doctor, but I don't know that everyone needs to do that. That was a big reason why I was so tired. I couldn't get out of the bed, was because I was so deficient. So that kind of helps. But also when I'm keeping up on supplements in general, like I can function better. I was literally not able to function for a while, and there was a part of me like during the worst of this that wanted to share with you guys what was happening, but I was too focused on how this is not like something normal to share. You know, you see, oh, a day in my life, like, and it's cute, it's exciting, but this is really a day in my life, and it's been a lot of days in my life like this, and it's not pretty, it's not glamorous, it's literally my life, and I've had a hard time thinking that this was worth even sharing with people. So I'm a little nervous because I just feel like, I don't know, this isn't the upbeat side of me. The theme when you're going through an episode is to be fucking nice to yourself. Be nice. It is hard. The first thing I immediately said to myself when I woke up was that I was a beach whale. That's really not true. Like, I know that's not true, but what is going on in my head does not help me see reality at all. Like, it's scary. Like, I can look at myself and see a completely different person in the mirror and just be so dissatisfied with everything. Anyways, I think it's really important to just keep busy and be nice to yourself and hang out with your dog. But what I am going to do right now is not get in the bed, even though it's tempting. It's so tempting. I am going to open up some PR packages. So maybe let's see what came in the mail for a little bit of joy. So this is everything that came while we were gone. We were on vacation by the beach, which was very necessary, by the way. We did like a pre-honeymoon. It was cute. So yeah, this is all the stuff we came home to. So let's see what's in here. This is exciting. So this is my rehearsal dinner outfit that I'm gonna wear. Here, I'll show you a little bit of the dress. This is the dress. It's not much at all, but there's a big piece that goes with it. That part I'm not gonna show you. I'm gonna leave it as a surprise. It's so cute. Oh, Bubby likes it. Bubby likes it? That's so cute. From Kurt Geiger. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But how cute is this mini bag, y'all? Go off. Matching shoes. How cute. Had I not opened these packages, I wouldn't have this little bit of happiness creeping inside of me right now. Material things don't fix depression, but they do for 5 minutes. Mommy, come here! Come here! I missed you so much! I did. Oh, come here. The only one who really knows about PMDD with me is him. He's the one that's always there for the worst of it, and he still loves me. So my other piece of advice to anyone that has PMDD, please get a pet. I literally was trying to look up how I could make him a support animal, because he is literally so good at picking up on my cues. Isn't that right? He does sense when there's a switch in my mood. He like tracks me. He follows me around the house. He like knows that there's something going on with me. And sometimes it's his cues that kind of make me more aware of like how I'm feeling, just because of how he's acting towards me. If you know anything about making dogs emotional support animals, I feel like he could never be a service dog because he is so goofy. But I really think he could maybe pass for an emotional support dog if I tried. Watch out, mister! Watch out! That means move. Oh my god, you're not gonna move. That may say, just trying to figure out how to open it. Oh, it's one of these where you're just like, gotta be strong. You gotta be stronger than that, Bria. I don't want to break it out. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good freaking evening. Check the snacks. Ooh, a little prebiotic, probiotic drink. This could not have come at a better time. Happy thoughts for the sad thought. THOT. Skylar. Clean Beauty. Ooh, it smells good in here. These are like some fragrances, and I guess these are eco-friendly. That's really cool too. Another thing I was gonna mention is when you have like PMDD, a lot of what I've read is like checking on products you use and trying to do more clean products and stuff. So this is exciting. Obviously, like my entire house does not qualify, but whenever I can find a clean product, I put it at the front of everything. I'm fancy. What's in the box? Ooh, some different lippies. Thank you. This is velvet. You see that? I'm impressed. Okay, I have one more from Levi's. They sent a bunch of like cozies, and I'm really excited. Like, look how cute this color is. I love it. The temperature just dropped here too. Like, it is officially fall. This is so cute. I love the floral print, and it comes with these like little shorts. Bubby, give it up. Give it up. It's okay. I'm gonna make some content with these. I love Levi's. So excited to be like a long-term partner with them. That's like one of my longest contract deals that I have. And their pieces don't miss, and I love their sustainable line, so peep that. Now I have a bit of a giant mess that I need to clean up, and honestly, I'm not mad about it. Sometimes when I'm really going through it, any task feels really overwhelming. So I'm really happy today that anxiety isn't really present with this episode. I've been working really hard on that though. Therapy meditating, journaling, a lot of mindset rewiring. So today I'm not like very anxious. I want to be busy because I'm seeing that as a distraction, a positive distraction. Because when I have too much downtime, that's when I get really sad and in my thoughts, and the thoughts like start to take over. So a little cleaning task is not a problem right now. So I thought I'd show you guys this little birth control hack. I don't consider myself to be a forgetful person, but the busier I get, the more I forget. Wait, what did I just say? The busier I get, the more I forget. I don't know if that came out correctly. Anyways, I like to write the start of the week, like the date, in front of each week of pills. Because there have been times where I did forget, and the thing about this kind of birth control is you have to be on time, otherwise you spot. And it basically brings, if you spot like or whatever, it brings on the same symptoms of PMDD, so it kind of defeats the purpose of taking birth control. So it's important to be like on your game. I'm just going in with a little pen, and I'm gonna start from where I left off and write the dates all the way down. My days don't line up with the pack days, so that's also another reason why it's important, because I don't take the Sunday pills on Sunday. It's kind of flip-flopped for me. So this is kind of easy. I take my next pill on October 1st. So just write 10/1, and the next week is 10/8. The next week is 10/15. The next week is my wedding week, and I won't be on my period because that's literally one of the reasons I started taking it, is because you guys, I calculated my period had like moved because I was so stressed out. The first heavy day, if I didn't get on birth control, would have been my wedding day. All white dress. Absolutely not. Also, I'm not going to be bleeding on my birthday. I am excited because I will be spending my honeymoon and birthday in Hawaii this year, in Maui. So if you have any suggestions on what to do in Maui, let me know in the comments, because we are newbies. We just got first class seats all the way there and back. I realized 14 hours, it's a long time to be in the middle seat. And yeah, yesterday we took a flight back to KC, which was just 2.5 hours. And I'm telling you, the achiness in my neck and shoulders today and on the plane is unreal. You would think I was 90 years old. It's our honeymoon. Let's treat ourselves. Even if it wasn't our honeymoon, we deserve to treat ourselves. You deserve to treat yourself. Oh man, this goes all the way to December. All the way, as if that's not like 3 months away. It's just crazy to think we're in like Q4 already. I swear to God, we just started. 2020 fucked me up. Now time is weird. Ever since that year, time is weird. Anyone else? Oh, lovely. Guess when I get my period? Christmas. A great present. Merry Christmas to me. Sorry, baby Jesus. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in a much better mood now. You know what's weird? When you're really going through an episode and you have these crazy thoughts and then you come out of it, it really feels like when you black out drunk. It feels like that when you come to. It's like, oh my God, I said that. Please don't follow my Twitter. The few of you that found my Twitter and follow me there know that when I'm going through my episodes, I live tweet them, which is not a good idea and will probably get me canceled. And then I just like delete them all the next morning. So that's kind of what it feels like. And sometimes it can happen in the span of a day. Like this morning, I'm like now coming to, like now I feel like Bria a little bit. And I'm like, oh man, why was I crying in the car and stuff? This is how it is. This is how it is. Anyways, we still have a long day ahead of us. It's only 11 a.m. I feel better about myself that I was productive, even though that doesn't have to be a thing. For me, it helps to alleviate anxiety because, first of all, we just got back from vacation, but when I know that I have so many little tasks to do, that makes me feel worse. So for me, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna do what I can, and then whenever I feel like I need to stop, I'll stop. But I don't want to entirely neglect my obligations, because when I do come back to and I feel like Bria again, then Bria feels overwhelmed for real because I've like procrastinated on so much. So I really have to choose like how much I can give and be honest with myself about that. All right, I'm still in my like workout gear, so I'm gonna take a nice warm bath, self-care. After I take a shower, I think I'm going to sit down and catch up on emails because I have not gone through every single one of those just yet. And I have to start doing some wedding planning things too. So I might work from bed. That's like a compromise for me. And then what I'm thinking is I need to do something that gets me out of the house for a little bit. That's kind of fun, because if I spend too much time in that room, things go south. Bubby likes to come in the bath not with me, but he likes to sit outside of the tub while I bathe. And he's so polite about it. He never faces me. He always turns his back to me, but it's kind of like he's guarding me while I'm naked. And I just find it adorable. I swear he's my little angel. He's like, nobody's gonna come over here while my mom is naked. It's the cutest thing. Now I'm kind of anxious because I opened my email. I knew this was probably gonna happen, but it's literally like a bunch of payment reminders for the wedding. I need to pay so much money. Sometimes when I'm in this state, it's just a little much. It's a little much. Feels a little overwhelming. We're just gonna go through this one email at a time. It's only noon. AJ will be home for lunch pretty soon, and that'll be a nice little time for me to take a break. So it's funny, like my Apple Watch is good. It knows. It's like, now is a good time to breathe. I'm like, who you telling? Like, no fucking shit. Look who's home.
It's me.
It's AJ.
Who you've all been waiting for.
Yes. In Babu's Nobu.
Of course.
So what's it like having a fiance with PMDD?
I think it's challenging, but it's not the end of the world, and you just got to communicate and understand what your fiance is going through and just be there for them.
Yes. What do you normally think is best to do, like when I'm having my episodes, in terms of support? Because I feel like that's always something I see in the Facebook group with people.
Well, I try to ask for help and what I can do for you, and there's normally nothing that you want from me, so I may suggest a couple things and you usually will say no. Usually you just kind of need to talk through some of your negative thoughts, and I kind of help talk you off a ledge. Is usually how it goes.
Yeah, because honestly, like, the mental part is the worst part of it. So, well, thanks for your interview.
You're welcome.
We did it, y'all. Put your mind to it. You can do it. I need to have some lunch and drink some water. 2 things I did not prioritize because I just don't have an appetite right now. It's like eat everything in sight or eat nothing. I have to do more wedding stuff. I have to follow up with people who have not RSVP'd because we have to finalize our head count this weekend. So pray for me. It's going to be a lot of text messages. And if anything brings me anxiety, it's texting back and forth. So not really looking forward to that, but it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Let's eat.
Making sure that all distractions have been turned off. And once you're ready, just letting your eyes close down. With every breath you exhale, just imagining your body getting more and more limp, becoming more and more relaxed.
Always know when it's like really getting bad when I get angry. I take everything really personal. Everything just feels like a lot. And I know, like, on the outside, it doesn't look like that. But I feel like this is kind of how I cope. Like, letting it happen and trying to, like, disconnect myself from what I'm feeling and be more of an observer rather than entangled in every emotion that, like, comes up right now. Is probably why I look incredibly calm. But inside, I feel like I'm on fire. Like I'm trapped in a house that's on fire. Sometimes meditation helps if I haven't like fallen into it too much. Otherwise, it can get really bad. I get really hopeless that it's never going to get better. Birth control is not fixing anything about me. It's just covering up whatever is actually wrong with me. And I'm seriously like terrified to come off of birth control. Like whenever AJ and I want to have kids, I'm really scared. I never used to be scared, but now I am. This too shall pass. I've risen, bitches. Not to be super cocky, but I just made beats for the first time. Not like Dr. Dre, golden beats. And I'm gonna try to replicate a salad that I had in Ocean City. That was a good peach. Okay, I did it. This is just what my body wants right now. It's mixed greens, golden beets that I roasted at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, tossed in a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper for about 20 minutes. They're like a little firm, but not too tender and mushy. And then there's blackberries and peaches and goat cheese. You need the goat cheese. And some peanuts because I didn't have like pecans or anything. And then I made a shallot vinaigrette dressing. I will taste it on camera because this bitch ain't ever made beets. Okay, this has a lot of everything. This is like 1,000 kisses. 1,000 kisses from me to me. Y'all, I really did this. I'm opening my restaurant. So I've never had a pumpkin spice latte, and I feel like I need to just like get out of the house. So I'm gonna make a TikTok about trying my very first pumpkin spice latte. Yeah, I think this will be like a good reason to just experience this really pretty day because it's like 70 and sunny. And I really don't want to be outside of my bed, but I'm gonna. A bit underwhelmed with that. I don't know if something went wrong, but it's very sweet coffee. Didn't understand the hype. Did they forget pumpkin? Because it didn't taste like pumpkin. It tastes like syrup. Bad aftertaste. I'm just keeping it real. Keeping it real. I will not be in the pumpkin spice latte gang. I feel like my palate kind of changed. I would love that drink when I was 14 though. I'd probably gobble that down. But anyways, some more packages came, so I'm going to unbox that. But there's really like nothing I need to do today, which is great. So I'm going to like power down and go ahead and just try to watch some funny movies. I really like to watch animated movies. Like Coco is one of my favorite movies. I've watched it a little too much. Bee Movie is another one. Please don't talk to me about Bee Movie not being the best movie you've ever seen. People who know me already know how I feel about this movie, and it is personal. And I'm obviously not in the state to argue with you that Bee Movie is the best movie out there, because it's not an argument, it's a fact. It's a fact. So anyways, we're gonna have turkey chili tonight, and I'm just excited for AJ to get home from work, which sounds corny, but it really does a lot for my mental state just knowing, even if he's in the next room, that he is when I'm like this. Cause, you know, she scares me. And sometimes I just need to talk, I just need a hug, cause she is crazy and I don't like her. So anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. If you have PMDD, definitely be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm gonna try to be more transparent about what it's like dealing with this, and maybe do like a what I eat in a day for PMDD. Today was hard to actually eat because I don't have an appetite, but I do eat outside of my episodes to regulate, if that makes sense. So anyways, make sure you come back for those, and I will see you next week.